Hello everybody, Photojunky here from Photojunky's Drone Zone. In this video, I am going to show you, it never fails. Hello everybody, Photojunky here from Photojunky's Drone Zone, but you can call me Jeremy. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get video footage from one of these old vintage camcorders that uses a tape into your computer using a device made by ClearClick. It is a HD video capture box ultimate. So let's get going. All right, this device does take a little HD card, and it goes right here. Very simple. We're going to turn it on. Hopefully the batteries are charged. Okay, there we go. Now, I did have some issues with the cables. It took a little while to figure out. But the cables, for some reason, are mismatched, miscolored, and just try all the combinations until it turns on. And I also had another issue. On each end, I had an issue. For some reason, it comes with this RCA jack, but there is also an extension included, and I don't know why, but it would not work without the whole thing being attached for some reason, which, no biggie, but why? So you're going to take the jack and you're going to plug it in to the audio video output, which is here. Many of them are yellow. And that's that. And the other end goes into the audio video in on the ClearClick unit. Now we turn on the camcorder into VCR mode. So when you're ready to transfer the video recording from the camcorder to the capture device, you want to be all queued up to the spot where you want to start recording. So what I do is I get it all ready, I press record, it's recording now, and then I press play. And now it is recording to the capture device to the SD card. And it's pretty simple. It's a lot easier than doing it through the FireWire. But I think the FireWire might be slightly better quality. If it is at all, I'm not sure. When you're done capturing, press stop and press stop up here. Record, stop. And that's it. Then you can pop out your SD card and put it in your computer, and hopefully your footage is good. All right, now we're going to go over some of the settings, how to use the Canon GL1, and we're going to start with, well, we already went over how to turn it on, so we're going to start with this dial here. And this dial here is basically what mode you're shooting in. I'm going to go over them really quickly. The green mode, automatic everything, except for neutral density, I believe, and we'll get to neutral density in a little bit. And this is automatic, where it does let you adjust some settings. We go down to here, that is shutter priority. So you set your shutter speed on, let's say, 250th of a second, and everything else will adjust to work around your shutter speed of 250th of a second. AV is aperture priority. Almost like shutter priority. This allows you to set your aperture to a specific point, let's say 16, and your shutter will work around it. So basically the smaller the aperture, so kind of weird, so 16 is actually smaller than 2.8. So a 16 will allow less light in the camera, but your shutter will be a lot slower. So if your shutter is too slow, you're going to get some movement blur. And you can look up what that means. And manual, where everything is manual. I'm not sure about these, so I'm not going to talk about them. This button here is your image stabilizer. I leave mine on for most of the time. If you're on a tripod, you can turn it off if it makes you feel better. Probably not a bad idea. This button here, I'm not sure. This button here is your white balance. So if you're shooting in the sun and you know you're going to be shooting in the sun for a while, you can click that until you see the little sun symbol in your viewfinder, and that'll keep the light adjusted for sun. If you know you're going to be inside, you can turn it to the light bulb. You'll be able to see what it looks like through the monitor. So right now I am in the garage. I have a mixture of sunlight. I have some overhead light bulbs. So the camera is on automatic and it's doing pretty good. Oops. When I press white balance, I get that little flower symbol. That's the first one. I'm not exactly sure what that means, if that means like a close-up of a flower, if that's even a flower. But anyway, I'll move on to the next one. That's light bulb. So you can see how everything is a little bluer than it should be, because most of the light coming in is daylight. This one is daylight, and you can see it's a little off because of the mixture of light. And I believe the next one is automatic, and automatic seems to do the best job. So basically I leave it on automatic unless something is wrong and I need to change the setting. This is your neutral density filter. When it is too bright, when the scene is too bright, you'll see a little symbol flashing in your viewfinder. So you press this button and it does a electronic neutral density filter, kind of like the round filter you would put over your camera lens with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. This button here is your automatic or manual focus. When on manual focus, you will focus with the focus ring. This dial is either your aperture or shutter dial, depending on what mode you are shooting in. Press this to get into your menu settings, and scroll up and down with this dial here, and you can also press it in to select. To release your battery, push this button here, lift your battery, and pull out. When in VCR mode, you pop this open on the handle, and this is where your controls are. Fast forward, play, rewind, stop, pause. You can press record from the top of your camera, and you can also use zoom here, but these controls are kind of fixed, or your zoom is fixed. You can't go slow or fast. To go fast or slow zoom, you do it from right here, and your record button when operating from up here is, oops, I just pushed it, is right here. To take a photo, you have to have an SD card in your camera, and I believe that's on the bottom, and then you simply just push this button, but no point. Don't take a photo with your video cam. It's no good. And that's pretty much the basics. So I'm turning it off, and good luck.